What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to World of Tanks. It is really good to see you here once again. And guess what? I welcome you from 9.18 test server. Yes, a long-awaited patch 9.18 test server is here up and running, and I'm actually kind of mad because it is not up and running with 100% capability for us EU players at least, because our gold and our experience is not working at the moment. You are not able to research anything, you are not able to use your gold and all that, so I'm actually kind of mad at the same time, but I decided to take maximum out of this situation, and I decided to make one video talking about what exactly is going to be happening with patch 9.18. Because we know this is public test server, yes, but usually not a lot of things are going to change from the public test version. So this is almost 100% what we are going to get. Maybe some minor changes here and there. But our main topics today are going to be, of course, new tier 10 light tanks, new matchmaking, and new SPG. So patch 9.18 is going to be one huge patch once again, like 9.17.1 was. And this time they decided to name it 9.18. So go figure. And I believe let's start with a new matchmaking system while you are enjoying some gameplay action on the background, of course. And I believe I'm going to show you a new artillery in action with stunning mechanic and so on, because believe it or not, but this is the only thing I'm able to show you, the only new thing I am able to show you. So enjoy it on the background. But new matchmaking, I actually made one entire video dedicated to this new matchmaking system, so I believe a lot of you have already seen how it works, but if you haven't seen, let's go quickly over it. And how this new matchmaking is going to look like, or main criteria for this new matchmaking are as followed. No more than 3 tanks at the top of the list. No more than 5 in the middle, but at the same time there are always more vehicles in the middle than at the top. And there are always more vehicles at the bottom than in the middle. So what it means is top tiers are always going to have the lowest amount of vehicles, middle tiers followed by top tiers, and bottom tier is going to dominate the battle by the number of vehicles in the battle. So this is how this new matchmaking system is going to work. You are always going to have the lowest amount of top tier vehicles, followed by mid tiers, and bottom tier is going to have the highest amount of tanks. But there are a few more things that are going to change with this new matchmaking system. For example, no more than 3 SPGs per team. 3 SPGs per team. But I think, in my opinion at least, it is still one too many. Can we get it down to no more than 2 SPGs per team? I believe after that I would be happy. Because even if you're playing with artillery, don't you think so? When we have 3 artilleries in one battle, you have 3 artilleries in your team, enemy side has 3 artilleries, you do not have that much work to do you? So lowering that number down to 2 SPGs maybe makes it more interesting for SPG players as well, and more interesting for standard tank players. I don't know. What do you think, guys? I believe no more than 2 would be awesome, but no more than 3 is still pretty good move. But next up, with patch 9.18 we have fewer map tubes. And once again, this is just superb change. Because I was getting tired seeing, let's say, Sand River, Karelia, Sand River, Mines, Sand River, Karelia, too many times in one session. And what this little tweak does is it analyzes the maps the tanker has played in the last 10 battles, and it makes, or it corrects the matchmaking accordingly. You are not going to see that many same maps in a row in one session anymore, and this is just super awesome because we have so many maps in World of Tanks actually. Like, I do not even know the number of maps, around 50 or even more maps in this game. And all we are seeing are like 10 maps, max. And finally, something that is going to lower your frustration while you are grinding with tier 6 tank, let's say. Getting ranked in the top, middle, bottom of the list. After you have fought at the bottom for a few battles in a row, the matchmaker can see it, and the matchmaker is going to change your matchmaking accordingly. So let's say you are playing with tier 6 tank. You have been bottom tier tank for a few times, and the next time you are going to jump into the queue, matchmaking is going to put you in the top tier 100%. And this is going to lower your frustration 100%. Easy fix. Thank you. Come again. Oh yeah, there is actually one more thing that I would like to talk about before I am going to show you how this new matchmaking is going to look like. And this topic is only same tier platoons in random battles. Now, when I first talked about this topic, a lot of you were pretty mad, saying that you are not able to play with your tier 5 light tank in tier 6 platoon, for example. But after this new matchmaking, after new light tanks, new light tank matchmaking, for some of you it might be bad. For me, I really do not give a damn. And don't forget that we have XP bonuses as well. Let's say you are playing in tier 8 platoon. Bonus for a victory, 10%, 10% XP boost, and for a loss, 5%. And let's say you are playing in tier 10 platoon. Bonus for a victory, 30%. This is actually a really significant bonus. So use it. Better use it if you can. But now let's talk about how this new matchmaking system is going to look like. So, as you know by now, I believe, we have 3 level battles in World of Tanks. Whenever you click that battle button in your garage, you have 3 different options how your matchmaking is going to look like. First version is over here, 1 level battle, and this is the most rare option actually, where every single tank in your team and on the enemy team is from exactly the same tier. Over here you can see every single tank is from tier 10. It can be from tier 9, from tier 6, tier 7, you understand. So this is one option. Second option is 2 level battles, where we have 2 different tiers in action. You can see 5 tanks from tier 10, 10 tanks from tier 9. And if I'm going to click this button, you can see different options for 2 level battle matchmaking. 4 tier 10s, 4 top tier vehicles, 11 middle tiers, 3 top tier vehicles, and 12 middle tier vehicles. And it can never go over 5. In 2 level battle, you are always going to have maximum 5 top tier vehicles. Do you remember? The system that we have at the moment, simply turn this screen upside down, and this is what we have at the moment. We have 10 top tier vehicles and 5 bottom tier vehicles, and this sucks for bottom tier vehicles, really. So this is second option. This is going to be a fairly common one as well, I believe. And finally, 3 level battles. And this is what you are going to see more often than not, according to the Wargaming. And this is 3 level battle system. 3 top tier vehicles, 5 middle tier vehicles, and 7 bottom tier vehicles. And as you can see, with this new matchmaking system, there is always going to be the lowest amount of top tier vehicles. 2 top tier, 5 middle, 8 bottom, 3 top tier, 4 middle, 8 bottom, 2 top, 4 middle, 9 bottom, 3 top, 3 middle, 9 bottom. So you get the point. We have fewer top tier vehicles, and bottom tiers are always going to dominate. Always going to dominate. 2 to 11, what was that? Yeah, 2 to 11, 2, 3, 10. So yeah, you get the point. So this is new matchmaking system, and I have to tell you guys, I really like it. Yes, it is debatable that when you are top tier vehicle that you are going to dominate the battle anyways. Let's say you are playing with E100, you are fighting versus a lot of tier 8s and so on. But guys, do not forget this little change over here, getting ranked in the top, middle, bottom of the list. When you have been on the bottom of the food chain few times, you are going to be in the top in the next battle. So yeah, it is always going to equal out at the end, and you can dominate every single tank after that. So this is new matchmaking system. I have to tell you guys, I like it a lot more than the current one. It can be better, yes, it always can be better, and every single guy is never going to be happy with it, but I like it. But guys, you know what? If M6 Mutant is not cool, is not super rare anymore, do you want to know what is cool? Yesterday I opened Beast Mode Care store. You simply cannot believe, guys, what you can find from it here. You can find legendary, super rare Beast Mode Care, dedicated to you. My first 2 designs are 100% dedicated to you. Because you know, when you clicked that red subscribe button, you activated your Beast Mode. And this is what it says, guys. Beast Mode activated with Beast Mode Lion in the middle. It can't get any better than this. You can get it in small version, in big version. You can put it on mug as well. And let me tell you something about this mug, guys. You can see it is completely black at first, but when you pour something hot in it, like hot coffee in the morning, it reveals the message, Beast Mode activated, and this is when you have to activate your Beast Mode, in the morning with your first cup of coffee. It can't get any better than this, guys, I know, but there is yet another design. Epic Boomstick, Test Games approved, with 183 in the middle. And once again, you can get the big version, the small version, and you can put it on the mug. And I believe there is nothing more to say. M6 Mutant is not rare anymore, but you know what is. Activate your Beast Mode today, unleash the beast. Raw. Go guys, go, leave me. But now guys, let's talk about one of the biggest topics in this patch, in patch 9.18. All-round SPG Revision. Yes, they are going to change artillery's gameplay a lot. And I believe I am going to make one dedicated episode to artillery as well, to new artillery, to show it off even deeper. But now let's quickly talk about what is going to change, so you get the idea. So artillery is going to be more like a support class from now on. Like support class, what Wargaming thought this is going to be from the get-go, but we know at the moment it is one-shot machine, Sky Cancer, World War II satellite simulator, or whatever nicknames are out there. So from now on, artillery is going to deal less damage. Shells are going to deal less damage. You do not have that much penetration with HE ammunition anymore, and artillery is going to lose AP and heat rounds. So no more one-shotting with D92 anymore, or with Object 261. Because those two tanks played with AP rounds more than the other tier 10 artilleries, I believe. And high explosive rounds are not going to deal that much damage anymore. With less penetration equals no one-shots. You have to be super lucky if you are going to one-shot something with high tier artilleries. There are some mid-tier and low-tier SPGs that didn't lose any damage but lost penetration with high explosive rounds, but you know, mid-tiers kind of weird. Bert, by the way, is going to be super strong, and Leffe is going to be even more OP artillery compared to the tier, or tier by tier. And to balance it all out, to balance out all that nerfing to the artillery's damage, artillery is going to fire faster and is more accurate. And of course, a new stun effect is going to be introduced. So this makes artillery more like a support role, and is not going to deal massive amount of damage, is going to help your teammates to kill the targets faster. If you are going to stun the targets, if you are going to track the targets, and so on. So this is idea behind all that. Now, what stun effect itself is, it is going to lower enemy tanks or allied tanks efficiency. Yes, your allied tanks are also going to be affected by the stun effect when they are in the burst radius. Once again, we cannot see any numbers over here by how much your crew members' efficiency is going to be dropped. But the last time I did the math, it was minus 25%. So your crew or enemy tank crew members are working with a minus 25% efficiency. It affects everything. Your commander, your spotting is going to be lower thanks to that. Your driver, you are turning slower, you are not accelerating that fast, your loader is going to load slower, and your gun is not going to be that accurate anymore. So it affects your crew members. Your crew members, when you are stunned, are not working with 100% efficiency. Now there are a number of ways how you can reduce this stun effect. First way is to use spall liners. Super heavy, heavy, medium or light spall liner cuts the stun duration by 10% by default. And premium first aid kit is going to reduce it by 5% by default. I believe this premium first aid kit works exactly the same like automatic fire extinguisher. That lowers your chance of fire by default on the background already when you have it equipped. And once again, all those changes is to stress artillery's role as long-range support. They increased HE shell burst radius. It is a lot wider now, so that means even if you are going to miss your target, you are going to be able to stun it or track it. Anyways, it can be actually quite annoying. I believe this is going to be really annoying, especially when you are playing with heavy tank, slow heavy tank. Artillery is more accurate now. Easy to track, easy to stun. GG playing with slow heavy tanks, for example, you just achieved stun lock achievement. Yeah, so to get rid of frustrating one-shots, this is what I was talking about before. No AP, APCR or heat rounds for SPG, lower HE shells penetration equals harder to one-shot enemy tanks, and of course lower damage as well. And from this picture you can see that artillery is going to mark the target by pressing a T button. So guys, if you didn't know that, you can mark your ground by pressing T button, and you can mark the tank by pressing T button on the top of the tank. It is not going to mark the area if you are going to mark the tank. One thing that you have to look out for. And from this little clip, we can see that every single tank inside that circle is going to be stunned by how many seconds? I can't see shit from that screen. So once again, target area marking. Oh yes, it says T over here as well. So you can see that artillery is going to mark the area. Light tank is going to get the F out of there. Really, I would not like to get stunned as well by my own artillery. And aim assistant mode is now available for every single guy. Simply press G and you are able to switch your artillery view like this, like you can see it from this picture. And I believe this is new artillery. More about new artillery maybe in my dedicated episode. We'll see how much time test server is going to be up and how much time I have to make it happen. And now, next topic is they are going to stretch light tank branches to tier 10s, and I really do like it. More tanks, more variety equals better games, in my opinion. And new matchmaking for light tanks as well, +-2, regular +-2 matchmaking. Every single light tank is going to be balanced accordingly, is going to get buffed or nerfed, whatever is needed. Wargaming is going to do that. We have new light tanks in tier 9 position. We have actually only one brand new light tank in tier 9 position, which is WZ132A. I actually have one preview video about this tank, so go check it out if you would like to see it. And in tier 10 position we have 5 new tier 10 light tanks, but all the rest of the tanks in tier 9 position, RU251, T49, D54 lightweight and AMX 1390 are from tier 8 position. They simply were moved up by 1 tier. And I am going to make a video about light tanks, introducing tier 10 light tanks, and I am going to make a special episode dedicated to every single tier 10 light tank, just so you can see what you can grind for. And yeah, that is it. Oh, actually, let me name tier 10 light tanks as well. Sadly, we do not have any pictures over here. Wargaming, what are you doing? Let's see. Nope, no pictures. That sucks. that sucks, dog balls. But in tier 10 position we have XM551 Sheridan, tier 10 USA light tank. We have AMX 13105, tier 10 French light tank. We have WZ 1321, tier 10 Chinese light tank. We have Rheinmetall Panzerwagen, yes, which is tier 10 German light tank, and D100 LT, tier 10 Soviet light tank. And now sadly I do not have any gameplay footage because, as I said at the start of my episode, the server is acting weird, he's not working properly. But I am going to do that in the future, I can guarantee it. But guys, this is patch 9.18, new matchmaking, new SPGs, new light tanks. A lot of changes, this game, metagame is going to change a lot, I believe. So yeah, exciting times ahead of us. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed today's episode, I hope it was informative. I thank you for watching, take care and bye.